Good morning, friends. In part 37, we have seen that during the third stage of the married life, when there is diversion of affection because the husband and wife could not show love and affection mutually, the father transfers the love and affection towards the daughter, and the mother loves the son in a greater manner. We have also seen that whatever the disappointments or anger that is built in within them is also shifted to the son and daughter. We have seen the daughter when she goes to another house after married, the fear complex within her and the fear complex within the mother-in-law because of the treatment she received from her husband, and both of them, when they have the real fear complex, much of the problems between the daughter-in-law and mother-in-law comes out because of this. And once they ensure that love and affection, you find that the relationship between daughter-in-law and mother-in-law tends to be very smooth one. Now, in this episode 38, we will see the frequent quarrel between husband and wife, how this affects the son. When it affects the daughter, the effect is shifted to another house. But when a son is affected, because the son normally in Indian culture, they stay with the father, the effect of the strained relationship between father and son is felt in many houses. During the growing stage, when there is frequent quarrel between husband and wife in front of the children often find their mother in tears, because in our culture most of the ladies are very sensitive and emotionally they will start, the first opportunity they will start crying. So as a child, when it always sees the mother crying and father in a very aggressive mood, they first feel inability to cope up with the situation. Their inability to help the mother makes their character little aggressive to begin with. They may not be able to show it in the father, but they start showing it in the immaterial things. If there is a mirror in the house, or if there is a glass window or anything in the house, when they are emotionally upset, they try to break the mirror or the glass, because it is as if they feel like hitting them when they see them in front of the mirror. And many times we have also seen that these young children are hurt because they feel their inability to do anything. That is why psychologically many psychiatrists advise that it is often necessary that the quarrel between husband and wife should not be in front of the children. But it is all said and done, but majority of the cases it will be right in front of the children only, and this affects them during their growing stage, because many times they start breaking the immaterial items like throwing the phone or breaking anything, because the frustration and inability to do anything make them very aggressive during the growing stage. Later, when they move out of the house with friends and in colleges, the first opportunity they will start arguing with the father. Invariably, they will try to avoid the father on many situations and get their things done through the mother, and mother also will be very supportive. So the distance between father and son gets widened day after day. And when they just grown up, their aggression towards the father also increases substantially. Now, this is one classical example. One day, the person who was holding a very high rank in police department received a call from the police station. The police constable said, "Sir, we caught a boy in the local supermarket stealing some of the items." And when questioned, he said, he referred your name and said he is your son. From the descriptions given by the inspector, he told the inspector, he said, "It looks like my son, you just give the phone to him." When he took the phone to him, he started arguing right over the phone and said, "Yes, I have stolen the items and you can do whatever you want. I don't want your support or you don't do anything." Now on hearing this, the father also got irritated and told the inspector, "Whatever you want as per the rule, you can proceed. As per the law, you can proceed to take action." Now the inspector just called the boy and said, "Okay, you are quarreling with your father and I know some things are seriously wrong, so don't do like this." And he advised them, "I want to safeguard my position, so I do not want to take strict action against you, so you just leave the place." But repeatedly he was caught, one day at Ananagar, one day at Kilpak, another day at Besan Nagar. Like this he was being caught for so many reasons, like eve teasing, shoplifting, or he was quarreling with somebody, and so it was becoming a big nuisance to the police officer who was holding a very high rank in the police. Now he consulted his friend and at his suggestion they took him to a psychiatrist. Initially he was not willing to disclose anything, but when they had repeated conversation after 6 or 7 sittings, he came out what has happened. He was little bit growing a long hair. His father was away from the house for 1 or 2 months on some official duty, and when he came back, he saw the long hair. Normally police officers are, by profession, they have a very short hair. So he casually asked him, "What is this hair? You are growing your hair like this. You just go and have a haircut." He said, "Papa, I am not a policeman. You are a policeman. For us, it is the fashion and all these things." The argument became very high and he called his orderly in the house and said, "I don't know what you will do. In another half an hour, his hair should be removed." Now the orderly got the order from the highest officer. So with force, he took his son to the saloon and had a close haircut. Evening, these people, they all had a habit of sitting on a wall near the college, which is just adjacent to the railway station. I know you can guess which college. So people were sitting there. When he went there, his friends made a big issue of his haircut. One fellow said, "Yeah, your father has come." Another fellow said, "Yeah, you gave the money or the barber gave the money." Like that they started teasing him. At that time, he decided, "Since you humiliated in front of my friends, I will humiliate you in front of your colleagues and your entire police department." That is why he was doing. That is why the conflict between father and son many times takes ugly turn. In fact, normally when the heat of argument between husband and wife, the husband always tend to say, "You just leave the house. You go to your house," like that. He knew that his wife will not go, but he wants to hurt her pride. So he always used to say, "I am the deciding authority in the house, and if you want to leave, you have to leave adjusting me." But this word, "leave the house," when he hear from the childhood, later on, when he starts yearning, and when there is a major difference of opinion between father and son, he decides to leave the house, leaving the parents without anyone to care about them, because the seed for such a thought was shown when they were very young. Also, often during the heated argument between father and son, the father always used to remark, "Even after my death, you should not come and see me, or you should not light the fire if I die." Please remember, after death, are we going to see who is coming and seeing our dead body? Are we going to see who is lighting the fire? But in an emotionally, We use this to hurt somebody and we emotionally strike them. This is what happens in many cases. In one such case, the father and son, they had a heated argument and the son left the house. For 5 years, father and son never talked with each other. Even when they saw in some function or anything, they totally avoided each other. One day, in the morning, the son felt something uncomfortable. He said, okay, 5 years I have not talked with my father. Today, after the office, I will go and meet him. So, he purchased some half a kilo sweet and went to their house in the evening and pressed the calling bell. When his father came and saw him, he was about to go inside. He said, Papa, I am sorry and please forgive me. He fell at his feet. Lifting the boy, the father cried and said, it is all my mistake, my dear son. You are young, but I am grown up. But for the last 5 years, I also never thought of coming and seeing you. Though I wanted to see you, though I wanted to hug you, every day I was feeling, but because of this false pride, I could not do so. So he brought him inside the house, and the whole night he was talking with his son, didn't even allow him to go back to his house, and in the late night he slept. But morning he did not get up at all because he passed away in the sleep. What I am saying is the difference of opinion between father and all like emotional water bubbles. Never allow them to. It will go away in a moment, in the heat of moment, if you are able to control our anger, if you are able to control our words. Many times these heated arguments will not result in heartbreaks. That is why during the third stage, if the family, due to diversion of love and affection, and that is not happening between the husband and wife, now affects the children in a greater extent and also their family life in the coming days. But during this period, because of the long struggle and because of the unhappiness which is carried away, and when the time comes, children also move away from the house. Now comes the fourth stage where adjustment and compromise, and change happens. So in our next session, we will talk about the fourth stage of the married life where adjustment, compromise and change takes place. Thank you. Have a good day.